Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy and a pleasure being out here bringing this message of emancipation to you. A message of joy and peace, a message that will set you free. And this message is just asking of you to look inwardly and to discover your true identity, which would help you to also discover your true divinity. For many has been taught to look outwardly and to hold on to some false identity. But your true identity is your true divinity also. That's the reason why I want to speak to you concerning the inner light, because I'm pointing you to look inwardly. But before I can go any further, I want to let you know this message that I bring to you, it's a biblical message, but it's not a biblical message whereby I am teaching the Bible as literal or secular history. For the basis of my teaching is that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. That the Bible is not literal, neither is it secular history. That the Bible is written symbolically, teaching you that the entire book is your spiritual biography, and to unfold it, you have to look inwardly. Therefore, my brothers and my sisters, if there's a light without, it is because there's a light within. For the law of correspondence states that as it is above, so is it below, and as it is within, so is it without. Now, many people will say to me, who created the sun and the moon and the stars and all of these things? Because they have a mindset of a creator that exists outside of themselves. And many of them will refer to this creator as he. I never hear anyone say she yet. But this entity that they refer to as he, to me, is just energy. And energy can be created or destroyed. So many are taking a power for a person. So whenever the Bible teaches you personification, you taking personification for persons and taking allegory for history. Because the Bible teaches you solar allegory. That's the reason why, my brothers and my sisters, the Bible tells you that God is light. And you can have within you darkness or light. Now, if you're asleep, when you close your eyes, you're going to see darkness. First thing you're going to see is darkness. And when the night starts coming, when the sun goes down and the night starts coming, is when you are going to sleep. So sleep is synonymous with darkness also. So the Bible tells you, if you have darkness, how great is that darkness? But if you have light, how great is that light? Darkness also represents deception. It also represents evil. And all of these things come from the mind. It comes from the thinking. And they always use light to represent good, or to represent God. But when you understand that God is your own human imagination, you will understand why it is said in Isaiah 45 verses 5 to 7 that I am God and there is no other, that I create the darkness and I create the light. I create the good and I create the evil. Because both good and evil have to first be a thought. That's the reason why, my brother and my sisters, when you dwell and the mentality of good and evil, eating from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, When you're supposed to accept life how it is and understand life and understand everyone and learn to understand that everyone is going through their own experience. That's the reason why I always choose to eat from the tree of life and not the tree of good and evil, because I know who's God. And then in Deuteronomy 32 and 39 it tells you that I am God and there's no other. He said, I kill and I make alive, and I wound and I heal. But religious people can't come to accept that truth. And then in Amos 3 and 6 he said, can evil be done in a city and God haven't done it? Because people believe God is a man in the sky and not knowing is a power that is in us. It is the creative power that can create whatever. So if you think this is evil and this is good, the power could create both. So both is coming from the same source. So there's only one source. There's only one power. So the very power that can lift you higher and higher is the same power that can take you down into the gutter. That's the reason why I'm pointing you to the light that is within you, to discover the inner light, because the inner light is life. And when you discover that inner light, you'll be eaten from the tree of life, and you will have no judgment to cast on anyone. You will have no condemnation to cast on anyone, because you have found the light. And darkness cannot stand in the way of the light. So my brother and my sisters, you have been told to be the light of the world. And when you are the light of the world, you will let your life so shine before men that they may behold your good attitude, your right attitude, your right thinking. And they will glorify the power that is within you. Because results don't lie. And they will see your results, and then they will understand the actions speak louder than words. Because the inner light within you is influencing you and leading you and guiding you. And you are referring to that inner light as your inner teacher, your inside teacher, your intuition. That's the reason, my brother, my sisters, true salvation is self-realization. So my brother, my sisters, as you behold the light without, so is the light within. So when they tell you that Jesus Christ is the light at the world, when you look, what light are you seeing? It is the sun. Who's putting you to sleep and wake you up? It is the sun. Who is the one that is not withholding all good things from you? It is the sun. And Psalms 84:11 says that the Lord thy God is a sun and a shield, and no good thing will he withhold from you. Speaking of the sun as he, because the entire Bible is so allegory that must be interpreted psychologically, because the sun represents our own human imagination, which is the creator in man. So my brother and my sisters, I'm encouraging you to get in touch with the inner light, so that whatever you put your hands to, it will prosper, because whatever the sun shines upon, it nourishes and it brings forth and it gives life too. That's the reason why we have springtime, we have summertime, we have autumn, and we have winter. We have a time that we're gonna born. Springtime now coming forth. We have a time we're gonna grow up. Some people just not growing up. When are you gonna grow up? There comes a time when you have to come into adulthood, and then teeth start dropping out, hair start dropping off, just like the trees will start to shed their leaves. And that is autumn, coming to the old age. Then there comes a time when we have to put away this body and go back to source, death. But yet, after winter, we see springtime comes again. Why? Because we are eternal. We are eternal. We are eternal. We are spirit having a human experience. So my brother and my sisters, do not believe the inner light is some man who born 2,000 years ago. Do not believe the inner light have to do with some man that lives or resides in the sky. But it's your higher self. Because you are light. You are life. You are eternal. You are the all. You are the everything. You are the I am. I am that I am. I am whatever I believe myself to be as a man thinketh in his heart. So is he. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Claim your God self. Claim your I am self. But don't do it, just do it intellectually. Seek to get the experience that will keep you firm and strong, because you know you experience that light within, and you can speak of the inner light that will lead you and guide you to always think in the right direction. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to thank you very much for listening to this message, and to encourage you to seek that inner light that is within you. For the Bible tells you that if you find that inner light, that your whole body be full of light. And that's where I base my entire message and my entire, I would say my entire ministry of which I'm bringing to you each and every time. For I always remind you that this message is the single I message of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 tells you, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And when you have that experience, trust me, you will bust your crown chakra. That's the reason why I always put my hand on my crown chakra and tell you, when you have the experience, you come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N. It is the light that is rising within you. And Malachi 4:2 tells you that the S-U-N of righteousness shall arise in you with healing in his wings. And I've had that experience. Okay? And when you have the experience, you come to realize that the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. For without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And all of humanity has been powered, or are being powered by the sun. Therefore, my encouragement to you is to use your mind power, which is your solar power, to achieve your every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.